All right, so for your guys' first assignment, you're going to want to print off of Blackboard this reference to the poses that you will actually be creating fashion figures, fashion croquis for. This one right here didn't print off on the page. You want to make sure that when you print it off in the lab or at home that you actually flip it and print it on a landscape. But it's okay. I'm not going to be going through this one. You guys are actually going to draw these ones on your own using the techniques that I'm going to show you how to draw this walking pose. You're still going to want to follow along. You will want to draw this walking pose because you will turn this one in along with these other three for your first assignment. Okay? So, what I first want you to do, okay, is to draw a skeleton version of Kendall here walking. And in order to be able to do that, I've already made a couple little notches and circles and stuff here, but we're going to actually go through real quick and show you guys what you want to do. Go ahead and draw a circle around the head. You want to draw the neck. You want to draw a circle here for the shoulder. There's a little bit of an angle in her shoulder, and when we actually transition it over to our numbers, we want to overly exaggerate any sort of angle that we have or that the actual human has in order to make it have some swagger within the actual fashion croquis. That's all fashion croquis are. It is about the swagger. Is it about the sexiness of the pose? That's what turns them into fashion croquis, fashion figures. So what we'll do is that where all the joints are, also the same as your wooden mannequins, okay, that you should have, it will help you determine where we need to place these on our measurements to how the actual human sets up. So this arm is a little bit lower than the other arm. They come in a little bit, and then we have our little flippers here for hands, okay. The actual shape of the top part of the body will come out and in, okay, creating a little bit of this hexagon up in the top. We will draw a circle just like your wooden mannequins to connect the two. We will now draw another little hexagon for the actual bottom part of the body. We will do two more circles. 2 circles for the knees and 2 circles for the ankles, and draw straight lines. Okay, that's what we actually want to put first onto our next starting point. So we have this part for a starting point. Okay, we're going to move this over. We're going to start on the left-hand side of our tracing paper because in order to move steps, we're actually going to use the right-hand side of the tracing paper. We're going to fold it over, okay, and continue making our steps. Now, let's go on to using our red pencil. Okay, the red pencil is your first step. That's for drawing the skeleton version on your actual measurements. So we'll draw the head. This is all sketching, guys. We're going to do this really fast. Okay, we draw our head about 1.5 wide where we want to put the shoulders. So we're going to actually draw in a circle here for the shoulder there, a little bit more up on that side, right? We will actually draw a straight line that comes over. There's our neck. Where the arms and the bust, and especially where the waist is, okay, we have this angle here. Now, if we look at our photo, we have this angle here, but then it actually shifts and goes the other way. So actually right here within where the waist is, we will draw a little bit of straight line to give us some help. Within the hips, they're going to shift the other way, okay? Now, here, right, from our waist to our hips is where we need another circle. Okay, we're going to connect the two, where the hips and the waist are, with our circle. So what we'll be able to do is that when we come down here, we'll come out and in. We will come out and in. Okay, now where the hips are, okay, we will be able to come out and down and to create the actual top part of the body, just like the way your wooden mannequin is. Okay, so we have to draw in where our joints are there. We will then shift over the knee, right, just like our photo, more towards the center. Our ankle comes down here. We will draw a straight line all the way down, a straight line here as well. Okay. Now, from where our knees are, we actually want to place this one much more beyond, even though the photo has this knee here. Okay. If we place it up, it will actually give us more looking behind what these legs are. Okay, so we're going to come right here. We're going to draw this one. We will draw a flipper foot going this way. We will draw one going straight back that way. Okay, now for the arms, remember at the waist, we bring this one up. This one is going to actually come in. Let's shift that over just a little. And we will actually come down, okay, right to about maybe where the hips are, roughly. And then we have our hand. Okay, then over here, this one comes in behind, right there. We'll bring this one over right here. Okay, that's our starting point. That's where we want to start at. Okay, that gives us a very quick and easy representation of how to make this body look the way that we need to. Okay, we will fix the shape here just real quick. There we go. Now, this is the next step. Take your piece of paper, fold it over. Okay, we save paper. But we can also then see, because we're using tracing paper, what our next step is going to be. Now I want you to switch from your red over to your blue. The blue is darker. We'll be able to see our lines on what we need to do here. Okay, once again, this is all about practice, okay, and actual muscle memory. So what I want you to first do really quick, trace where these need to go. So we'll trace muscle memory. Okay, fast. Do not think too much about this. This is tracing. Circle, come down. Circle, come down. Okay, now let's start to define our body by using the blue pencil. Okay, and reshaping the actual croquis. There's our head. Now, let's go ahead, draw the neck. Okay, we have this picture to help us. Okay, in order to give her some more swagger, we are going to have to come up with the shoulder. So if we come up here with the shoulder, we can come around, down, draw in where the actual shoulder attaches. We come down right here. Okay, draw where the shoulder is. Okay, let's go ahead and attach right here. There we go. A little bit more swagger. Right, so now we need to define where the bust holes are, which are going to be on the inside of where your circle is. Inside of where your circle is. Okay, now the problem is that this body needs to come up a little bit, so we actually need to move this armhole up a little bit where the bust is going to start and where the actual armhole is. So let's go ahead and define where this comes down, right? So if we are going to draw our bust in following our measurements, okay, we're going to go right here. We're going to come up and over just a little bit. Okay, now let's go ahead and take this waist point. We will actually curve it out just a little, come down. This one over and in. Okay, now we need where the hips are. Since we're going to push this one out, we can draw a couple little circles here, okay, to define how she's going to walk. Now, we have what is called the ilium. This is where the little bones on the actual hips are, the top part of the hips. We are going to add those in there. It's going to make our croquis look more defined, more human. Okay, we have a little one there, a little one right there, and we'll come down. Now from here, we need to actually curve this around, give her a little bit of a booty when she comes in. We have our thigh here. Okay, we will notch in just a hair for the knee. We will come over just a little bit right there. We will add a little bit of an area for her crotch. We have this knee that comes up, so we will come down. Maybe we can add that in just a little bit for a knee. Okay, now the shape of the actual calf. Okay, there's a little bit of a curve here and it will come down into the ankle. This one is a little bit wider. Okay, and then once again we have our flipper foot. We will add a little bit of shape here to right there. That gets hidden in behind with another little flipper foot. Okay, this swagger is huge here. Moving things from left to right, okay, will help you dramatically give attention to how somebody is actually moving. Okay, now let's go ahead, let's place our arm down just a little bit more. We will come in here and attach that to there, that one to there. We will add a little bit of a muscle here. Let's add a little bit of a flipper hand again. There we go. Little bit up, down, little bit more of a flipper hand. Okay, now with this one, once again, we come out and down, out, down, where that one is, and we will actually attach to right there. Now, depending on the shoulders, okay, this one over here is a little bit wider than this one, so there's a couple things that I want to personally fix. Okay, I want to actually shape and reshape where the bust line is. I want to make this shoulder a little bit skinnier. So I would then go on to another piece of paper. So let's grab another piece of paper. Or if you actually have enough paper itself, you can fold it over here again. Okay, since I do, we'll do that real quick. We're going to actually transition and start over here. We are going to reshape some things here, okay, that need to be fixed by now transitioning and moving on to using our actual pencil over our red and our blue pencil. So let's go ahead, trace the shape of the head. I like the neck, and I like the shape of this arm. Let's go down. I want to move this shoulder over a little bit because it's too wide right now. So I will actually move it over and down. I don't like the shape that way, so I need to reshape that one. A little flipper hand. So let's go ahead and reshape our bust. There we go. We will come in a little bit there. We will come in there as well. Okay. We'll actually add in where the collarbone is. The middle part of the bust. Add in some marks here where the elbow joints are. Here's our ilium. And we will come all the way down here, making long, straight strokes. A little bit of a bubble. We'll come all the way down. Here's our circle again. Actually add a couple little notches here for the actual knees. Can finish up where the panty line is. Come over. Add in there. Actually come up. Straight up here to where the balance line is. Add in the muscle tone. All right, let's add in nice straight but curved lines. Continuous lines. They look very professional, very nice. Okay. Now if we look here, we'll take all and that gets us a very nice looking walking pose.